Today we will be subtracting rational expressions, and again the denominators will be like today. Tomorrow they won't be, so today is not so bad. It's mainly just combining some terms and then factoring and then coming up with a simplified form. And so here we have again the same denominator, a squared minus 4 and a squared minus 4. So we're going to just write this as an addition problem to start with. So the first thing I'm going to end up doing, change that subtraction to addition, but now when you do that, you're going to end up having to switch the numerator's signs. So watch what happens here. This becomes addition, and then I switch both of these signs. So this becomes a negative, this becomes a positive, and then we can go ahead and combine. So we have 5a plus 2. Now it's now a negative 2a plus 4. So again, notice the signs. This is the big thing that we have to make sure we change on this. So when we change subtraction to addition, both signs are going to switch. It's kind of like multiplying both terms by negative 1. Down below I still have this a squared minus 4. And so from that point we can go ahead and collect some like terms. So I see that I have a 5a here and a negative 2a here. So that gives me 3a. And then over here I have a positive 2 and a positive 4. That gives me 6. And so down below I have that a squared minus 4. Well, once you're at this stage and you see common factors, take out those common factors and see if it reduces any more. See, if you take out that 3, you get the 3 on the outside of a parenthesis, you do the division, you got an a plus 2. Well, down below, we've got a binomial that will factor as two binomials because it's a difference of squares. It factors to an a minus 2 and an a plus 2. Notice again the perfect square here, a squared is a perfect square, and 4 is a perfect square with one minus sign. It's called the difference of squares. And so from there we can go ahead and cancel out those common factors of a plus 2, leaving us just with the 3 over a minus 2. And there is our answer. Well, over here, same sort of thing. So again, your first step is to change that subtraction to addition. But when you do that, make sure you switch both of these signs. So notice again, both of those signs switched. And let's go ahead and rewrite what we've got now. 2b plus 14 plus now 2b minus 2. This is all over b squared plus 3b minus 4. Again, I can do that because we have the same denominators. And so now collect terms. So I've got the 2b and the 2b, that makes 4b. And we have a 14 here and a negative 2 over here, so that makes positive 12. Down below we have that b squared plus 3b minus 4. So we're going to go ahead and factor out that common factor here. I see 4 goes into each of these terms, so put the 4 on the outside of the parenthesis, do the division, and see what's left over. We got a b plus 3. Well, down below we got a trinomial that will end up factoring as two binomials, so it's going to be a b plus 4 and a b plus or minus 1. So let's see here. We don't see any common factors of terms because we have a b plus 3 here, and over on the bottom we have a b plus 4, and down here we have a b minus 1. So we were able to factor, but we couldn't cancel anything out. So you might see the answer like this one here, or they might just end up leaving it as 4b plus 12 over the b squared plus 3b minus 4. Either of these answers would be fine. So again, the key is to always factor to see if there's any canceling. Sometimes there will be, sometimes there won't. Next problem, again, same sort of thing. Change addition to subtraction to addition. Both signs switch to their opposite, only in the second fraction though. So let's rewrite what we've got. 6y minus 6 minus y minus 4 all over this y squared plus 4y minus 12. So we go ahead and collect some like terms. I see we have a 6y here, a negative y here, so that leaves us with 5y. Here I have a negative 6 and a negative 4. It leaves me with negative 10. And this is all over this y squared plus 4y minus 12. And so now we go ahead and take out that common factor. We've got a 5 that goes into each of these terms. So That goes outside the parenthesis. Do the division, we've got a y minus 2. Now go ahead and factor this trinomial, factors two binomials. We end up with a y plus 6 and a y minus 2 because we need numbers that multiply to make negative 12, but they need to subtract to make 4. So at this stage we can go ahead and cancel out that common factor of y minus 2 and see what's left over. So what's left over is a 5 on top. Down below we have a y plus 6. That's our answer. Next problem, the same sort of thing. Change subtraction to addition. Both signs switch to their opposite. And then write it as one fraction. 3m minus 6 plus m minus 2. And again, we can only do this because the denominators are the same. If the denominators weren't the same, we're going to end up having to do some extra work. So we go ahead and collect like terms. We got this 3m and a positive m here. That makes 4m. And we've got this negative 6 here and a negative 2, which makes negative 8. Down below we've got an m squared plus m minus 6. So we can now go ahead and take out that common factor of 4. It goes into each of these terms. So 4 goes on the outside of a parenthesis. You do the division. You got an m minus 2. Well, down below we've got a trinomial. It ends up factoring as two binomials. And it ends up factoring as an m minus 2 and an m plus 3. Numbers need to multiply to make negative 6, but they subtracted to end up making a positive 1. And so now we can get those m minus 2's to cancel, and we see what's left over. We've got a 4 on top and the m plus 3 on the bottom. There is our answer. Again, the same things. Change subtraction to addition. Both signs switch to their opposite. Rewrite it as one fraction because the denominators are the same now. C squared plus C minus C squared minus 5. Down below we've got this C squared minus 25. So we're able to now collect some like terms. The C squareds are going to cancel out because they are opposite in sign, same coefficient though. So that makes 0. And then here we have a C but no other C, so we could just have to write down C minus 5. Now I put different symbols around them showing that I could not combine them. And then C squared minus 25 is a difference of squares. It's going to factor to C minus 5 and a C plus 5. Make sure you have opposite signs there. They need to multiply to make a negative 25. Well, from this point we can cancel out those C minus 5s. Now when you do that, you still have 1 left on top, so you got to write it as 1 over C plus 5. Last one here, change that subtraction to addition and switch these signs to their opposite. So let's see what we've got. We've got a 6a minus 1 minus 2a plus 9. And down below that we've got our trinomial, a squared plus 7a plus 10. And so from there we can go ahead and just collect like terms. So we got a 6a here, a negative 2a here. So that gives us 4a's. Here we have a negative 1 and a positive 9. So that ends up giving us positive 8. Down below we've got a trinomial, a squared plus 7a plus 10. Well, from that point you're just going to take out a common factor on top. I see 4 goes into each of these terms. So we'll take that outside. Do the division, we've got an a plus 2. Down below that, I've got a trinomial. It's going to factor as two binomials. Be an a plus 5 and an a plus 2. Two numbers need to multiply to make positive 10 and add to make 7. So we go ahead and take out that common factor of a plus 2. Those will disappear. So all we're left with is a 4 over an a plus 5. There's our answer. So those are the problems you'll see on tonight's homework. Good luck.